In this age of media and the internet, men are constantly shown to be dumb, irresponsible, misogynists who only are redeemed by a woman fixing them. Every movie, TV show, etc. portrays men this way. Couple that with the expectation that good men must be 6, athletic, really good-looking, and able to pay for everything. And women perceive the dating world to be devoid of anyone worthwhile because those men aren't interested in them. I've told more than one woman complaining that there are no good men, that they walked right past 100 good men today that would be happy to date them, but they weren't hot enough to notice. Then throw in the fact that the men who are getting dates are the men least likely to want a relationship and are just in it for the physical intimacy, because they can. And suddenly all men are dogs and don't want relationships. I'm not sure this will ever get straightened out. We would have to get back to a place where both men and women are valued for the traits that each gender traditionally brings to the table, and in this vapid, superficial, world revolved around me society, I don't see it happening. It is so surprising to me how many women actually believe that they are 10s, despite the fact that they are barely average looking. When you hold that mindset, the idea that men could reject you because they don't like you doesn't even cross their minds. Some of the most off-putting women I know actually do believe that they have great personalities. This whole "you're perfect just the way you are" movement seems to have led to a complete lack of self-awareness. At the end of the day, everything comes down to the emotional intelligence. If we want to find the right partner, we need to use our intelligence to find it. If we want to get a relationship to work, again, we need to be emotionally intelligent enough so we can make it work. Start today to improve your emotional intelligence if you want to be happy in this life. Guys, I keep saying this in my videos because it's 100% true. Scroll on TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube, or whatever social media platform appeals to you, and you will come across tons of content where women are listing down the things they want in the ideal man. And the list is endless. They want the 6-pack abs, the 6-figure income, and the 6 feet height. And that's just the baseline. They want everything that you can possibly imagine as a good quality in a man. And it's not just with men. They have unrealistic expectations from the world as well. They have unrealistic expectations from society, and they have unrealistic expectations from institutions. Modern women won't even acknowledge or respond when you start criticizing them for their stereotypical behavior and actions when you're with them. You can refer to their decision to withhold information as a choice, plausible denial, a lack of agency, or any combination of the three. But in my opinion, it goes well beyond any of that, because they are so good at bluffing their way through life. I believe that women are particularly skilled at the game of human poker, and hence, at controlling how they want their men to be, act, and behave. I've come across plenty of women who claim to be the most knowledgeable intellectuals in the world. They would discuss all the wonderful places they have visited. They always attempted to depict themselves as having a fantastic lifestyle by applying their makeup in the most fashionable ways. Even though they had little interest in sports, they would talk about dining at upscale places and attending sporting events. Women nowadays tend to want the rest of the world to perceive their life as distinctive, fascinating, and unlike anybody else's. But in all of this, I feel that they tend to rope you in on their twists and turns to eventually try and control every single aspect of your life. When they say they had a past where the people they loved left them, and then they cling on to you and make you promise you'll never leave them, they're also trying to control you so that whenever you are out and about, you barely ever have any alone time. And any alone time that you want is going to seem like a burden on your relationship. In reality, most men are CEOs because they're ready to sacrifice a greater part of their lives to compete in a dog-eat-dog world, working 16 to 18 hours on a daily basis for more than 30 years. And they do this without complaining about why a fellow woman is earning more or why she was promoted instead of him. What these women don't realize is that it is these men who go on to provide for their entire families for the rest of their lives. Their partners and wives live lives of luxury without having to work a single day and get to buy their expensive designer wear and travel the world as they please. If the roles were reversed, can you imagine a woman providing for her entire family, including her man? No, women don't do that. And let me tell you why this will be a major reason they will remain single. As long as they keep fighting the corporate battles, they'll keep spending more time away from their families and their partners, who will eventually leave them because guys don't want women as providers. They want them as their partners who can give them comfort and raise their children. That's a reality that woke feminism has always ignored and will continue to do so. Women plan a couple's whole lives out, including how they will live, where they will live, the parties they will attend, and the relatives they will visit on the weekends. Most women are unsure of how to react when a man offers his opinion because they haven't truly read the articles in Cosmopolitan that explain how guys are also human beings with individual goals in life. Once many men reach the age of 30 or 35, they start to awaken from their tea-fueled hibernation, and they start wanting more than just good physical intimacy and perhaps children in a relationship, which must be shocking to some women when they finally realize that men can think about relationships with more than just their thing, if you know what I mean. When this happens, the whole scenario that women would have built right from the start of the relationship about how she would control so-and-so aspects of the guy's life starts to disintegrate, and that usually makes women feel insecure and not in control. Modern women are so confused about their own place in the world. On one hand, they have the woke feminist ideology telling them that they don't need any man, and on the other side, they can see so many examples of women truly being happy by being nurturers and caregivers to their partners, husbands, children, and families by completely adhering to the natural way of life that is biologically and universally given to the gender of women. They want everything in a man, but they don't accept what men want in them. They want a career and want to become the CEO, but after they hit the wall, they wonder why men aren't giving them the attention they used to give them when they were at their fertile peak in their early 20s. When they are at their best, they make terrible choices and go after the bad guys who excite them while ignoring boring people who want to develop their money and businesses. And when they're finished, divorced, and left over, they gripe about how the same men they used to turn down are no longer pursuing them. Popular culture is in no way helpful in this. Even in academia and large multinational corporations, we have movies and TV series that fully promote the awakened mindset that causes this perplexity among modern women. Men are aware of the nature of women and no longer desire to play that game. They even overcame their innate impulses and stopped attributing their happiness and worth to the women they choose to date. Instead, they began to rely on their life's mission, which is a fatal blow to the woman who relies on these men to approach her in clubs so she may receive free drinks, extravagant dinners, and clothes, and write about it all on social media. The woman no longer has control over men, thus it poses a serious threat. Women would be pursuing men while men would be too preoccupied with their objectives to give a damn if these men had inspired even more men. Remember that women's attractiveness and appeal are finite, and the instant she reaches her limit, she will leave the dating scene. Thanks for watching The Circle of Kings. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.